Hello, my name is Jenny Omonabike. So today I'm excited to share my project presentation on my community's analysis. So I chose Community One for this assignment, my own project. I focus on the wine quality enthusiast and analyst community for Community One. So this community is highly relevant to Ghana, where I reside, because it is a rapidly growing wine import market, importing roughly $28.5 million of wine annually. So local distributors and retailers must understand these analytical quality factors to strategically select inventory for their consumers. So to conduct this analysis, I use a structured 8-step answered focus approach based on the assignment to do this. So starting from step one, let's open to step one. So under step one, it's just a simple, singular, precise question. And the question is, what is the total number of wine samples recorded in our database? So that's the simple question I chose for this. So as it implies that we should start with the question. This is exactly what I did. So if I execute it, I get the same results I've already gotten before, which shows commands completed successfully. So moving on to step two, under step two. So here in step two, I mapped out the logical next steps for my journey. So the answer I gave here is that I will use the aggregate count functions against the simple ID function in TBL wine samples. All right. So if I execute live, I get the same result which I've already gotten, which is commands completed successfully. So moving on to three, step three. So here under step three, I constructed my ad hoc SQL query to test this logic against our raw laboratory staging table dbo.table wine samples here. Okay, as you can see, it's visible here. So if I if I execute um okay, this is what I get as the results which I've already gotten before. So here to explain this, so I wrote the raw ad query. So as I just clicked and execute, you can see below the query executed successfully with no issues found. So the raw baseline results popped up, popped up instantly in the grid, displaying an average alcohol percentage, right? The percentage of 9.8 for red wine, and then 9.5 for the white one, giving a sample count of 1 1. Okay, so this proves that our logic worked perfectly. So moving on to step four. So under step four, I wrapped that exact logic into a view, as you can see here, into a view. So I just clicked it and got it. So to click live to still see the same results, let's go ahead and do that. So it shows that commands completed successfully. So this virtual view object is now saved permanently inside our database schema, making it safe and completely reusable for. Okay, so quickly moving to um community 5. So in community 5, all right, so um here we convert the view into a physical table using a select into, as it is visible here, using a select into statement, and the description that was the purpose or description here is turn the view into a whole table using select into for which I actually did here. So, and here shows the result. So moving on to the 521, where we have the description written as refined table architecture with primary key for community 1, which I actually did here as well, with the create table and then the constraints. All right, so for this step 5, like I said, I created a permanent physical table named the dbo dot t underscore wine underscore quality analysis. Okay, that means primary key clustered. So I refined its architecture by assigning explicit data types and a clustered primary key to protect our data integrity. All right. Okay, so moving on to the next one, which is step 6. So in step 6, I wrote an ad hoc script. All right. So here, the script runs a truncate command to wipe out any stale data, followed by an insert into command to safely migrate fresh rows straight from our view into a production table. As you can see, I've done this already. That's why the result is showing below. So let's quickly move on to step 7. So under step 7, okay, which is to turn the ad hoc script into a stored procedure. So we take our loading script and then encapsulate it inside a permanent database object called a stored procedure, right? So I clicked on the execute and it complied successfully because this procedure lives inside our SQL Server engine. It is highly secure and gets backed up automatically with our database tier. All right, so quickly move on because of time constraint. Time is moving, so let's quickly go to step 7. The description here is called a stored procedure. All right, stored procedure encapsulates your work and are easily called by a larger extract transform load process. So here, finally, we are here in step 8. So this, like I said, this encapsulates all of our hard work. So it can be triggered by automated ETL systems. So if I highlight and then execute, let's look at the results. Okay, so I just clicked execute and looking at the final data grid. So the procedure wiped the table, loaded the view, and displayed our precise formatted numbers with 0 errors. So we see our final averages of 9.8, okay, 9.8 for red wine and 9.5 for white wine. So best of all, the exact time is logged under the last load in date column, providing our pipeline is fully dynamic, healthy, and then production ready. Thank you so much.